Hello, this is Ray Agustinelli, Vice President for Product Development at Home and Abroad, and in this video we'll be talking about some of the administration features available to users of the Fogglight Travel Tools on Demand system. In earlier videos, we considered a case study of a boutique hotel in Boulder, Colorado. We're going to change up our case study a little bit for this video and consider a different business, a travel services business catering to families. Go Families is the name of the business, and they offer travel services geared around family travel. You can see here the site that they built using the Fogglight system. They were able to upload their logo, configure homepage imagery and messaging, including an Expedia booking engine on their site, and of course incorporate all of the rich travel tools and content from the Home and Abroad system. Let's take a look at what the Go Families site managers will now be able to do within Fogglight. We're going to go to the admin dashboard, which is available to us now that we've created our site. All of the settings that were made during the wizard process can be changed very easily here within the dashboard. And we do have some advanced features, such as email marketing. This feature allows the Go Families proprietor and owner to send out nicely crafted email messages to their client lists, which draw from the content of the Fogglight system. We're going to start a new message here, and we'll see that we have available some message templates offered by the Fogglight system. There's a message template that highlights the trip planner functionality. There's a blank template which can be used to craft any message that the owner might want to send out. And we have one here to promote dream trips. Let's go ahead and say that we want to craft a message that highlights family travel to Maui. So we'll choose Maui, and we'll have the system suggest to us some tours that have been crafted by Home and Abroad city experts. We see here a 3-day trip island tour, a 5-day tour of Maui, and a 3-day family adventure. So that looks good. We'll go ahead and use this as the template for our email message out to our clients. And the intent here is to send out these messages and get clicks back to the site, and ultimately, of course, to drive bookings through the booking engines on the site. Some basic information can be specified up here, including the mailing list to which this message will be sent. We didn't include any mailing lists at the moment, but those can be pre-configured and imported from external sources. And right here, we see the message has been formed nicely in HTML, incorporating the logo of Go Families. We don't see the Go because that's in white with a transparent background. And we have some nice text that have been formed by the system, ready to send. We also have link backs here to detail pages within the trip planner, so the recipient of this message only has to click once. They are driven directly to the site and are able to read all about this pre-packaged dream trip that has been crafted by a Home and Abroad city expert around that particular destination. I'm going to click Save and Don't Send because I don't want to send this message out right at the moment, but it'll be saved in my bucket for future reference if I care to go back to it. Let's go back to the admin dashboard and take a look at some other functionality related to promoting the services of the site. In particular, it's the promotions function, which will allow the site manager to put up some text and graphics and links within the homepage context that can serve as a promotion for any deals that they have running at that particular time. We have a sidebar area of our site that's being controlled here within a WYSIWYG control object. WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get editor. We'll go ahead and pop up our image browse to be able to select images to include on the right side of our homepage. We've already pre-uploaded a few images into the system. I want to show you first, before we select one, that we also offer some library images from Fogglight, somewhat generic in nature, but that can be used in different circumstances to promote winter specials, seasonal specials, etc. But we're going to come back to the main image library, select an image that we previously uploaded that focuses on Royal Solaris Cancun, warm up on Maui, etc., and go ahead and insert that image into the site. We're going to go ahead and save our changes, and this does in fact take place in real time, so we'll go back to our Go Families homepage and show that currently we don't have anything being featured down here, but after inserting our image, we're able to have that display very prominently on the site. So very easy for the site manager to push down promotions to their users. Next, we're going to consider the ability of the site manager to create custom content, because we don't want them to be limited to just the functionality and the content of the trip planner features. We actually want them to be able to build out as many different pages of content with as rich textual and photographic material as they're capable of providing. So we went here into a section called My Pages, and I'm going to flick back over to the Go Family site very quickly to show you what this looks like from the user perspective. Indeed, we have some extra pages here that have been added by the Go Families group. Trip Planning page, where we just describe in a little bit more depth the different features available in the trip planning application. Some material on family planning tips that has been written with families in mind. And we have an About Us pages here as well here, which I'll come back to a little bit later. But let's go ahead and look at the trip planning page and come back to our admin to take a look at what it was like to author that page from the administration perspective. We're going to drill down into the edit page for the trip planner content. And we have some fields up here that can be edited. And the page itself, again, within the WYSIWYG browser editor, can be styled and crafted by inserting images, inserting text, forming links, and so forth. A couple of things of note with regard to the metadata here associated with the page. We can set up the page title. We can set up keywords for the page, and this is important for search engine optimization or SEO purposes. Goes into the meta tags of the page. The URL of the page can be something of the user's definition. Again, this is important for SEO purposes, so you don't see the question marks and dashes and dots and whatnot that one might typically see in a fully dynamically driven platform. This allows that URL to be flattened in a user-friendly way, which is helpful for establishing higher rankings on search engines. Likewise, the description field appears in the meta tags of the page source and is a way for the user here to categorize the content of their site. So we're going to say we want to go ahead and publish this site live. We will have saved it, and indeed, that's the page we saw within the trip planner. Let's take a look next at the concept of shared pages, because we're going to extend our case study to consider the fact that the Go Family site is not just a standalone site, but it actually happens to be one node in a network of travel sites created by an umbrella organization, which is the Go Travel Network. So we have Go Families as one site that caters specifically to family travel, but there's another site called Go Volunteers, which caters specifically to volunteer-based travel, Go Seniors, focused on senior travel, and Go Students, focused on student travel. You see here that there is a lot of commonality between these sites, including the basic structure of each of the pages and the navigation of a lot of the pages, but there is also difference. The messaging that is being directed towards each of these distinct audiences has been customized to those audiences, seniors and students, and the additional information further down into the site will also have been customized for the particular audience in question. Now what's interesting is that there is some shared content that isn't necessarily audience specific. The About Us page, for example. The About Us page pertains equally well to each of these sites, and we see the About Us page on the Go Family site, the About Us page on the Go Volunteer site, very similar, the About Us page on the Go Senior site, very similar, and the About Us page on the Go Student site, very similar. Not only similar, but in fact identical. It's all drawing from the same content resource, and just the styling or the theming is different from site to site. And we can see that within the admin area here if we take a look at our shared pages. And indeed, the About Us page is here, and the fact is that it has been authored in such a way that it would be shared throughout all sites on the network. And you can see that here where the author was able to say, hey, make this a page that all the sites see. That's content sharing. We're going to come back up to our admin dashboard, and that's all we have time to discuss today. Thank you for your time. We've talked today about the email campaign feature, the promotions feature, and the custom content or My Pages feature of the platform. Thanks for your time, and happy travels.